Now, I know a lot of you out there are just like me and love your spuds. So I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate roasted spud, crispy on the outside, fluffy in the center. And to make it even more special, I'm going to serve it with a little sprinkle of crispy prosciutto and some Parmesan. It's the ultimate combination. Now, for your spuds, you need 1.2 kilos of spuds. These ones are fantastic because they're all purpose. And I've left the skin on them. The skin is delicious roasted. These have also been washed. So all I do is place them into a pot of water, cold water always with spuds, bring it up to the boil, turn it down to a medium heat and cook it for about 20 minutes or until they're tender. The best way to check that they're tender is to just grab yourself a knife and pierce it through the center. If it goes in with ease, you know that they're ready. Next stage is to air dry the potatoes. So I'm just going to take them out of the water and place them onto a tray. When it comes to crispy potatoes, it's all about getting rid of as much moisture as possible. So this is why you need to give yourself some time when you're making gorgeous roast spuds at home. So you can see all of that steam. That's all going to dissipate and leave us with a beautiful dry potato and therefore a crispy one at the end. So once I've taken them out, we want to get even more steam out of it, and also they're not going to become as crispy if they're perfectly round. So I just use a fork just to break them up really roughly, even just press down on it. So you've got random chunks everywhere. So you can see that they're cooked all the way through, and that's okay because we're going to use the oven just to get them golden brown and crunchy. So after you've broken up your potatoes, like I've done, these need to go into the fridge to air dry. So don't cover them with any cling film, just pop them in the fridge for a few hours, or even better, just do them the day before. Okay, you can really see that these potatoes have dried out nicely. So now for the second cook in the oven. Now I've been preheating some vegetable oil for this. I like the vegetable oil because it gets that really hot heat. And I've been preheating it on my stovetop, but you can do this in the oven. You gotta be really careful here. What we're after is a bit of a sizzle. You can hear that, see how that's sizzling? And we're just wanting to coat and essentially seal off the potatoes. So we'll just add them to the dish. Okay. And just like any roast spud, you don't want to overlap them. You just want to make sure that they're in one single layer and they're all completely coated in that oil. Now, I haven't seasoned them yet, so we need to add a bit of salt now. I'll also season them at the end, so just go easy on the salt at this stage. Okay, pinch of salt now. And I've preheated my oven. The oven's at 200 degrees, and these are going to cook for about 50 minutes. You want to turn them in the oil as they cook so we get an even colour. Okay, so we need some prosciutto for our crumb. 100 grams of prosciutto. I like a nice fatty prosciutto so we can really get some flavour. So we'll just finely chop the prosciutto. I don't want big chunks of it. Cut that in half and then shred it. And I'll just pop my pan onto a medium heat. We don't want it to be too hot because I do want the fat to render. A small splash of oil, and then we'll just let this gently cook until it's golden and crispy. That, my friends, is a thing of beauty. Roasted spuds, delicious as is, but let's just take it to the next level. I'm going to place my spuds onto a platter, and these are my favourite bits. See how the skin's super crispy and they're quite thin? Oh, it's like just the ultimate chippy right there. And I love how there's big bits, small bits, just the best. Pile them up generously. And to cut through the richness of the roast spud, this is my little trick. Get yourself some malt vinegar, a splash, and just drizzle it over, just the smallest amount. It makes such a difference. That little bit of zing makes them very, very special. A little flourish of our prosciutto. Sprinkle it over the top. And finally, our Parmesan cheese. Just sprinkle that. And don't wait, just take them to the table. And yeah, you can serve it as a side dish, but you know what? That with a couple of beers is the ultimate. I'm gonna have a taste of this one right here. It's got my name on it. Spuds, I love you so much.